Welcome to Mark Spearman's vlog. Today I want to talk about one of my projects. It's a long-term project that I've been working on since about 2006. And the project is taking one day to shoot one county in Ohio. And there's 88 counties, so I'm going to visit all 88 counties. Now, I figured it would take me about 10 years when I started that project. Just a rough estimate. Because what I need to do it is the free time to go take that day and visit that county. And I'm in central Ohio, and if you're going up to, say, Toledo area or Ashtabula, it pretty much takes the whole weekend. So we're looking at quite a bit of time that I had to clear space for to do this. The purpose of the project was to learn more about my own state and to improve my photography. And whether it improved my photography or not, that's debatable, but I certainly have learned a lot. And I'm happy that even though I don't have the time or the resources to go visit foreign countries anymore, or travel all over the country to the nicest destinations, that's really not an issue, and it doesn't need to be an issue for anyone. You know, a lot of these people speak of being well-traveled and taking long vacations, and that's all fine and good, and they get cultured and they learn about other places, but a lot of them don't even know where they're from. So that's a important factor in your life. You know, it's why be educated about everybody else when you don't even understand your own area and your own history? It's leaves you wide open to a lot of strange ideals that get put out there in the media. That, and it's the tourism industry is really a money churn. I mean, it's they're not doing these tours and cruises and things to enlighten you. They're doing them to make money. Where exploring your own backyard, it's up to you. Nobody is really trying to force feed you history lesson that may or may not even be true. No, it's a lot of little historical societies and little museums and just flat out displays of history markers and stuff I come across. That's really taught me a lot about Ohio and the surrounding states when it came to the role that Ohio played in making this nation. So anyhow, that's what the Ohio photo project is. Right now you're in northwest Licking County, beautiful Chestnut Hills Road, just fertile farmland. And we're heading up to Hardin County. Now, I've been there once, and I know it has something to do with Gene Autry, I think. I think they made his toy pistol or something. There was a mural up there to that. And I just walked around Kenton, Ohio for just a few minutes on a bike ride I was on once. But that's about all I really know about it. And I know the area is just, all the area is agriculture mainly. So these northern Ohio counties that are heavy into agriculture, quite honestly, they can get boring to me. So we'll see how today's goes. And I question whether I should turn the Cena mic or the Cena camera, my helmet camera on, and even talk about it, because I thought about keeping the project pure, where it's just me and my camera. And that still may hold true. I still may ditch the camera at some point. But I figured I'd turn the camera on for the ride up and talk about what I do a little bit. It's the other day I heard a moto vlogger talking about how to be different. And he mentioned that he'd like to see some of the areas that other people ride in and learn some things about them. And I thought, wow, I've got a whole project that I try to do that. So I got something to talk about. Now, when I started that project, it's kind of funny when I put the time frame in. I had a website for it and everything. And I kind of lost interest as everyone else lost interest. Because over the years, they got Google started doing their street maps, with the car driving around. And it used to be kind of unique for someone to see a photo of an obscure city, but now that's no big deal. They can just click around on a map and learn all they want. So now it's pretty much just for me. People enjoy it, but it doesn't have much popularity, and I'm fine with that. It's a big goal for me to finish, so I'm really happy to be out today trying to make part of that goal happen. Coming into Johnstown, Ohio. It's a agriculture community, and it's been booming since Columbus has been spreading out, so can't say that they are just a bedroom community anymore. They're starting to boom a little bit. Well, not starting to. They have been for quite a while. And from here we're gonna make a turn up to Sunbury and then Delaware as we start to work our way up into Hardin County. We're coming into Sunbury, Ohio here. Sunbury is another agricultural community. It's just a quiet little town. Looks like a nice place to live. From Central Ohio and you ever hear of their football team, Big Walnut High School, comes across the news quite a bit for sports. This is it. This is the town where they're talking about. It's not a courthouse right there. That is just a, I think it's a township hall. And there's a tavern over on the other side of it that's been around forever. It was a popular stop for stagecoaches. Yeah, that's quite the flower setup there. Now we're going over the Interstate 71 37 intersection. Over there is AD Faro. AD Faro is the oldest Harley Davidson dealer in Ohio, and they just recently opened the new dealership up here in Sunbury. Now the next bit for this will be the Alum Creek Reservoir. We'll cross over it here in just a minute. Right there it is. It's a good sized lake and there's a lot of good fishing in it. Quite the recreational area for Columbus, Ohio area. This is Delaware, Ohio. And Delaware is quite a booming community now, just north of Columbus, Ohio. Some beautiful homes back here. Very large and beautiful homes. And some that are not so much beautiful. Wow. Some of those are giant. Need to see the heat bill on those. Just a lot of brick around here. The builders of Delaware, Ohio are big fans of the brick. Hadn't seen a hat like that in a while. Interesting. Just the visor, no need for the rest of the hat. Past the old courthouse here. A lot of interesting old buildings. You know, I've done Delaware County in my photo before, in my photo project before, and didn't realize all this downtown. I must have skipped out on it. Who knows? Well, here we are in the usual sights that you would see up in northern Ohio. Flat farmland everywhere. not so bad though. I mean, I could live in it. Wouldn't be nearly as bad as living in like a city, but I prefer my hills. It's different. This is different. And it's funny because with the motorcycle, you almost always head down to southern Ohio. When you live where I do in central Ohio, nobody says, let's go to Toledo for the great riding. You know, it's just not going to happen. Because it's this. But really, you don't need hills and excitement every ride. Up here, it's just kind of relaxing. So sometimes I slow it down a bit up here and just enjoy the view. You gotta still stay alert. They got some monster deer up here, but for the most part, you can relax a little. I knew that there was something I stopped in this little town for. It was some historic significance, so I'm going to walk up to the sign and see if I can remember what it was. Oh, there we go. A magnetic spring was found. You could put a small metal object in it and it would magnetize it. So of course they started scamming everybody, saying that would heal them. And after World War II, they found out it was all bullshit. Well, there you go. Magnetic springs. Now it's just a park there. It does make you wonder why the water was magnetized. That's weird. Well, I'm approaching my destination soon. So I think I'm going to switch to concentrating on my other cameras and put this one up for now, and we'll get back to this later. All right, we're ready to go. So the towns I went to were, let me see, I just went through Forest, Dunkirk, Ada, that's ADA, and the first one was Mount Victory, the other one was the main one, Kenton. I guess I hit quite a few today. I should have some pictures. I probably got some pictures out of it, but it was just boring stuff. It was just some small towns with some rundown buildings. Only one bit of excitement happened. And this happens to me with a camera. It's like people see me and they get nervous. They think I'm up to something, which is kind of funny because I don't know what it is about me that would make them think that. But I went to this little farm town, and I was taking pictures of this odd barn, and the guy come out and he said, "What are you doing taking pictures?" And I told him I was just a tourist of sorts. Well, nobody believes that a tourist is out there. He got mad. He went back in the building. I apologized for being out there, you know. He just came back out and said he apologized. It's just he gets nervous with people taking pictures like that. Like that's ever happened before. So, you know, I guess, whatever. I've never been nervous of a camera, but he was. Hard to tell what he's been doing wrong out there. But he told me that the barn was a onion building, and it had walls full of sawdust 1 foot thick. And the tension was still on, so I didn't want to really drag it out. He was trying to smooth it over, but my guess is that's for temperature control on the onions. But he didn't say what else they were doing. Just a grain elevator operation out there. That was out by Dunkirk. But yeah, they didn't like people out there. That was the only excitement of the day, though. The rest was just me riding around through these cornfields and small towns. No, but we're already there on the big, boring Highway 23. You know, it's nice to see all of Ohio, but I never get real excited about the counties that are out in the farmlands there. And it's not really anyone's fault, or it's not that they're bad. They're just photographically difficult to find interesting topics. But you just have to go out and try. Every once in a while you get a surprise. I think my last big surprise up in the northern farmland was Defiance. That's a really neat town there. A lot of history. So they're up there. I mean, there's interesting stuff, but it's not like some other parts. And you know, on the flip side of that, I don't like big cities either. This is Clarendon, Ohio. Wow, look at that place. It's a bit run down, I'd say. Whew. It's neat to watch them fall apart, though. I don't care what anybody says. It's just how they cave in and what gives out first always amazes me. Usually roof failure is the first thing that falls apart on something like that. Occasionally you'll get a foundation collapse first, but a lot of times that's caused from roofs and gutters and stuff. And then they just slowly kind of start taking on plant life, and Mother Nature takes over. And clouds are not looking good, are they? Might be a gold wing swim today. Up here is one of the Ohio Bicentennial barns. And there was one guy that would go around painting all these barns. I think that one looks like it's been kept up. But, I forget what the deal was. I'll have to look him up. He's online. I think he did those for a minimal cost. But he put that bicentennial thing all over them. All over Ohio on a lot of barns. And it came out really nice. It's been a long time ago. Time flies. I'm still wondering on this rain. I don't know if I'm going to get wet or not. We haven't got to Mount Gilead yet. That'll be our next big town. We'll see.